Coming up on this episode of The Village Idiom.
But I have nothing that goes like 0 to 200 in like 4 seconds. Yeah. The only thing I do is my bathroom scale. That goes 0 to 240 in 4 seconds, 2 seconds.
Dum dum da da, Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a podcast that every single week chooses a popular saying to take a shallow, hopefully comedic, once in a while even interesting dive into its meaning, its usage, and for sure its origins. But we're also going to use it, and it's really what we're here for, to hang our directionless conversation on. Otherwise, it'd be even worse.
That's right, Mark. Now let's go to Rebecca in sports.
Did you look that way?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
I sure did. I saw what you were doing. I'm Skinny.
I'm Jurassic Mark.
Happy New Year.
Yes, it's the first one of the new year. Welcome to 2022, and what better way to start it off than...
He's a recovering alcoholic.
Really?
Yeah, he's been off the wagon 2 years.
Off the wagon?
I think it's off the wagon.
I think it's on the wagon.
There you go. A little Seinfeld for you for the new year. And today's idiom is getting off the wagon.
Off the wagon.
Falling off the wagon.
Falling.
Yeah.
Falling hard off the wagon. This whole fall has been a
Off the wagon.
Jump 2-footed off the moving wagon.
So the fall as in the season?
Oh,
fall?
yeah. Yeah.
Fall off the
into
wagon.
the winter. The winter wagon.
Winter wagon.
It has not been a wonderland. It has just been falling. Lots of falling. It's like if the wagon was in a black hole.
Are you talking about life or are you talking about food?
Oh, food. That's it. To me, falling off the wagon is whatever vice that you're trying to combat.
Ah.
So I'm not an alcoholic person.
Okay, so the meaning
But
of
I
falling
am,
off the wagon is to slip up on a new, you've turned a new leaf and
You've made a pledge and you botched it.
yeah.
You fell off the wagon.
And now you're on the wagon?
No, I'm still falling. It's not good.
Is this a New Year's resolution that you've already broken?
It's all the
Or
resolutions
did you
every
even bother
year.
making a resolution?
No, I remember when we started in was it 2019?
2 days ago?
Yeah. It was the 2019.
Okay.
Well, we got ourselves rolling. And at that time,
Who got ourselves rolling? What did?
didn't we finish? We started in 2019?
Oh, the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time, I was on like a diet and I was doing great and things were going good. And I was like updating weekly and like, I'll keep you updated.
And then you tackled cheese making.
And then it's been 3 years of like I don't know if you saw like that movie with what's his face?
George Clooney.
Matthew McConaughey when he's in space and he crosses over like the threshold of a black hole.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Oh man, what movie is that? Interstellar.
Oh, maybe I haven't seen it.
Okay, it's fantastic. So he and in his ship cross this threshold of
driving
a
a Lincoln?
black hole, and it goes inside the black hole is like this perpetually falling quantum world, where he goes through time and he starts knocking books off the shelf back in his timeline years back.
Okay, this is
This
ringing
is sounding-
bells.
sounding familiar to you.
This is ringing bells.
So, but I was more referencing it into the state of perpetually falling for like all of eternity.
Okay.
That's me. Where
With regards to
the wagon that
which to you represents
a black hole that I perpetually fall off of.
is this
I am a
is
spaceship.
this like depression? Or,
No. Do I seem depressed to you?
No, and like be
I'm
specific.
still on diet.
Oh, food.
I'm on a food black hole. And it can't be filled. Are you hearing my words?
I'm with you now. You're
I'm so
you are seatbelted into the wagon.
That is falling through space.
You fall.
I have got an extra clip on my
used
seatbelt.
a box cutter on your seatbelt to never be strapped to the wagon. You are off that wagon.
Yes.
You're watching it
That wagon
drift into the sunset.
The wagon is tumbling down the hole. I'm tumbling down the hole.
Got it. You're knocking books off shelves.
Knocking books off shelves.
Right.
Interstellar. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Good. Glad we had this time together. Yeah. So falling off the wagon. That's what I think. I've set goals in the past, and I'm sure you have or will or need to, and where you're like, if I hit this weight or if I hit this goal, I'm going to treat myself.
Right.
And so I'm thinking like, if I hit 200 pounds,
What is it treat? What is treat yourself? What would that be?
I'm thinking like a car or something like
wow,
or like
that's motivational.
massive trip or like something.
And that's still not motivating you?
The only thing
But
that
it's still your money.
well, my car is like I drive
What if
this old Honda
What if
Civic.
I buy you a car?
That'd be even greater.
Would that motivate you?
That might. You'd think
Somebody
you might.
else buy you a car?
I am cheap, so I have this inexpensive car that goes slow. The only thing that I have that goes.
You said that in such a light, positive. I have this old car that goes slow.
Well, I would
so what do
like-
I have to complain about?
I would like no. I would like a nice, I'm like
You want a faster
I'm in
car.
midlife crisis right now, man.
You need another Yamaha scooter.
So, but I have nothing that goes like 0 to 200 in like 4
5 seconds,
seconds.
yeah.
The only thing I do is my bathroom scale that goes 0 to 240 in 4 seconds, 2 seconds. And so,
funny.
I think it's some kind of
Did you
treat.
just come up with that right
some
now?
kind
That's like write that down for your stand up.
some kind
I
of
drive
treat.
I drive a whatever you drive. I can't even picture your car right
It's a
now.
Honda Civic.
Honda Civic.
It's gray
Which
with
is not bad.
with a complete bumper.
No holes in the
No
bumper
holes
at
in
all.
it. It's beautiful.
But you want something besides your scale.
think I
go
need to
from
have
0 to 240.
I think I need to have a treat, something that at the end that is so overwhelming that it might compel me. Yeah.
How about this? You give me
Okay.
X number of dollars a month. You
Okay.
get it back
Wow.
when you get down to a certain weight.
Oh wow. Like I give you $50 a month and I get below 200 and I get it back.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the longer, like, what's
The
the,
longer it
motivation?
takes?
It's for savings. Like, really, like, why?
when you ditch
I don't need
town,
the money right now.
when you ditch town when we're in our 60s,
There's so many funny versions of this ending.
I lose weight because I was in a horrible car accident and had to have a leg amputated.
I just bring it over to your bedside.
Here's the
$400.
Now that you lost that leg, that's some of the weight you needed to lose. That pushed you over the
You
edge.
can't lose your weight that way.
Okay, so it can't be a horrible accident. When I was looking up the falling off the wagon and put that into the news, it's I don't know. You can't. I don't even know if I'm allowed to laugh. It's not funny.
Okay.
But inevitably, I take things that aren't, and I feel compelled. It just. Okay, so there's a guy. This is a true story. It happened just a few weeks back in Massachusetts. They're doing this organization.
Massachusetts, hey?
Yes, Tewksbury Farm. Anyways, there was an old man in his 70s. He's doing the horse-drawn carriage. Apparently, they do this fundraising thing throughout that time of year, some Santa sleigh. Anyways, he fell off the horse-drawn carriage and severed his spine.
So he's like a stagecoach driver.
And he fell off. I don't know if it's because he's old or he slipped and severed his spine.
Oh my goodness.
It's not funny.
He fell off the wagon.
That's when I was looking up fell off the wagon. And he actually fell off the wagon and severed his spine.
A stagecoach driver in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston's, it wasn't Boston.
Oh, but Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a sad story.
It is.
There's certain details that are standing out to me, which you'll find out in a minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You heard the same story?
No, but
Oh.
when we get into our little challenge game of guessing the origins
Is there Massachusetts involved?
and stagecoach drivers.
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But they're
Completely
in two,
random.
But they're in two different options.
Oh, okay. I'm like, this is random. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it was like his friends. It's like, my back hurts. It's like, you'll be fine. It's fine.
The
It's fine.
people who are going for the tour in Massachusetts are like, do we get our money back? Or, oh, did I say back?
Yeah. You can get that fixed in a back alley somewhere. I don't know. Like, it's not funny.
No.
It's
No,
terrible.
what happened isn't funny.
No,
But
but
everything we're saying is.
it could be, or horribly
How old,
insensitive.
he was an older guy? 70s?
Yes, he was doing
Oh.
like a nice senior thing, and now he's got a severed spine, which isn't funny. And was not
Do
to
you
say
know
me,
the-
it was us.
Do you know what happened? Like, is he laid up? Is he paralyzed? Is he?
No, it's a real recent thing. I don't know how the story ends.
Oh, okay.
I guess I could look, but
Eh.
it was just like, usually like to put the idiom in on the news, and it's got this guy in horse-drawn carriage. It's fine.
Everything will be fine.
It's fine.
Well, okay.
Not everything is funny.
I feel like we should pray for him or something. What's his name?
I don't know.
No, you don't, do you?
No, because I don't.
You think it's so funny, but you didn't even care to grab his name.
That's pretty insensitive.
When you go
If I injure myself in some tragic way,
Yeah.
I can count on you.
I'll remember your name.
I can count on you to like
Make jokes.
bring light to it, right?
Yeah, depending on what it is. But yeah, I'll for sure.
Yeah.
If you give me the look, I'll back off. But
Like if just a tear comes down
Yeah.
my face.
is that tears and laughter?
You think
I know
it's
I know you
funny?
can't speak. Let me help you chew that. I'll chew it and then baby bird it to you.
Ah, that's a real friend. Because you know me. You know that would bring a smile to my
There'd be
face.
so many other people that are just like, "How you doing? How you doing, buddy? Keep your chin up."
That would be 99%
Have
of
somebody
people.
just come in
and you're
and-
like coming up, chewing things and sticking them in my mouth. Like the nurse is like, how'd that get in there? He'll choke on that.
The nurse will find this. There's a note
Yeah.
under your tongue.
It's so twisted. It's like, no, we thought he was going to pull through, but someone stuck some food in his throat and he choked. But he was going to come through.
I'm actually the one that killed you.
Yeah.
That'd be terrible.
That would be terrible. I'd be like later. We're just waiting for you in heaven. Just like, you sure you totally got me on that one. I was going to make it.
I was pulling through. I'm feeling better.
You choked me out with your bird food
I'm
gag.
not dead. I thought it was funny.
I'd be like, yeah, that was
Yeah,
a good
it
one.
was
a good
good.
one.
You're right. It was
I've had a
good.
great time up here.
Exactly.
You did me a favor. Thanks.
But maybe I wouldn't make it because I would have murdered now.
Yeah, then the joke is on you.
And then I'm in hell going, how did I get here? What did I do? You remember the baby bird thing?
You had such an amazing life, and then at the end, you botched
baby
it
birded your friend.
and killed him.
Oh, man. Okay, well, since we've hinted at it, before we get into origins, I've got some potential origin stories to Falling Off the Wagon.
Okay.
And funny enough, 2 of the 3 options have certain details that come from your sad news story. Is that
Okay.
the only news story, or do you have something
No,
else?
no.
So feel free to jump in, beat Skinny to the punch. I'm going to give you 3 potential
Okay.
answers. This time, one is actually correct.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one, you said Massachusetts. The first one is 1930s, Boston, Massachusetts. Being hauled away in a paddy wagon, stirred on forced sobriety.
Okay, so the only reference outside of in research that I would know is the use of this in like a prohibition kind of phrase. Someone falling off the wagon, like you're a drunk.
Yeah.
They fell off.
So, yeah, I didn't give an elaborate story. You can read between the lines, but you were kind of forced to sobriety because you were hauled away.
There used to be this thing, the anti.
You're not allowed to call it a paddy wagon anymore, I found out.
What is that? Is
But
that
I didn't know how else to call it. Yeah, because
Or the Irish patties?
it was called a paddy wagon because of the Irish back in the day.
Okay, the Irish were the patties.
Yeah.
And there's so many Irish drunks that
Well,
they were
I
taking
don't know
away.
I don't know if it had to do with drunks,
But
but
they were brawling drunk guys, is what you're saying? That the Irish are? Wow. Wow. Okay.
hey, Conan listens to this.
Okay. He's 100% Irish, which means he's inbred. Here we go. The
Wonder Bread.
Anti-Saloon League. That there was an organization, the Anti-Saloon League in Prohibition. That was it. They were trying to prevent alcohol. Sobriety is cool.
So, what?
Oh, it just says it's just something worth mentioning.
Oh. So that was option 1.
Okay.
Paddy wagon has the word wagon. Does sobriety is there?
Yep, I like it. I like it.
Number 2, from the 16th century, stagecoach drivers were forbidden to drink and drive. Go figure. If they abided, they could stay on the wagon. So the inclination there is if you were drinking and driving, you're not only fired, but you might fall off the wagon.
Every Western I've seen, like everyone's an alcoholic.
Right.
Like they're always at the saloon. No one eats. They just drink barley sandwiches all day.
The Saloon League.
Yes, the Anti-Saloon League. Right.
There's never an Uncle Saloon League, is there?
No, she's busy taking care of the kids while he gets liquored up. Okay, I'm taking the
So
information.
1930s, Boston, Massachusetts.
Don't drink
paddy
and
wagon.
drive. Okay.
Don't drink and drive, stagecoach driver. You got to stay on that wagon.
Stay on the wagon.
Driving. Number 3, turn of the 20th century, so a little more recent. There were horse-drawn water wagons that went from town to town, and if you were on the wagon, you were only drinking this provided water, which
As
in
opposed
turn
to-
means you're not drinking alcohol.
Oh, so it's either that or booze.
Right.
A water cart.
Yeah. Horse-drawn water buggy.
Like at the 20th century, we had piping. by
Turn
then.
of the 20th, yep.
When did we get indoor plumbing? It's got to be around there. A water wagon. You were on the wagon. I can see. I think it's alcohol related no matter what. What was that first one again? A little more?
So they're all alcohol related in my options here because I knew you'd probably the way we use it now is
Yeah.
typically about alcoholics or alcohol. And so the first one is you were forced to become sober by being thrown in jail, but also by being taken away in a paddy wagon.
I'm going to go with that one.
Number 2, you were forbidden to drink because if you were drunk, you might fall off the wagon, or if you were just caught, you might be taken off the wagon.
Okay.
To stay on the wagon, you got to be sober.
Okay.
And number 3, horse-drawn water wagons, town to town. If you were on the wagon, you were only drinking that water. If you were off the wagon, you were drinking whatever substance you wanted.
I think there could have been multiple wagons, like Bring Out Your Dead wagon, your fruit wagon. Hard to say, just it's water wagon in my thinking. I'm going to lean to one.
If it had no wheels, it's a dragon wagon.
I'm going to go with final answer.
Paddy wagon?
Paddy wagon.
All right. Well, I guess it's time then. We're several minutes in. Let's get into our origins story.
Some words, where'd they go? Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around and looked behind.
Those words
Came from another
Another
mind. Origin.
All right. Are you excited? Are you
I am.
sitting on the edge of your seat?
It's paddy wagon.
It actually phrase to be on. Okay, I'm mixing up my own words. So falling off the wagon actually originated with the phrase on the wagon, which then birthed the off the wagon version, and it has its origins turn of the century, and was originally the phrase was you were on the water cart.
Oh, it was number 3.
Yeah, you were on the water cart. You fell off the water cart. So long before the Prohibition, and I was wondering, oh yeah, here it is. It's the same thing you were just mentioning because I was being careful. There were grassroots movements to temper the evils of alcohol.
Yes.
The organizations like the Anti-Saloon
Yes.
League.
I knew it was a thing.
And so they formed to persuade members to pledge eternal sobriety, develop better character, set good examples, all that kind of fun
Don't
stuff.
drink.
So-
That was the big deal.
Around that same time, it was actually super common for cities to make use of these water carts.
I've
So
never
they would-
heard of a water
They
cart.
would come in, I guess, the more out of the way towns that didn't have like a stream or a river running right through it. There were these large water tanks towed by horses, and the water was used. It was not necessarily drinking water.
You've
It
been
was-
to like musical festivals where you're like camping in a farmer's field.
Yeah.
And they bring out the water wagon.
Yeah, but this so I've led you astray a little bit. So this water wagon was used to moisten the streets. So it was like to keep
not drinking water.
Keep the dust down.
Oh.
Yeah, so it wasn't what's the word? Potable?
Oh, yes, that is weird.
You're not supposed to drink this water. So the saying came, so because of the prevalence of this tank, it was filled with dust, blah, 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 blah. People would say if they were really committed, they would say they'd sooner drink from the water wagon than accept a stiff drink.
Man, that's good.
So that soon evolved into proclaiming that the person was
Wow.
on the water wagon. They were committed. I'd rather drink from that than have a stiff drink. So once someone hopped
That's
on
good.
the proverbial water wagon, they were committed. And if it followed that a lapse in their devotion, they fell off the water wagon. They fell off, which eventually got shortened to just wagon.
That's a
Fell
good
off
one.
the wagon.
That's a good one.
Actual origin
Water
story, no
wagon.
mystery. This is what it came from.
Very good. I don't mind losing out. Yeah, clearly had to be something to do with booze.
Yeah, because that's how it's mostly used
Yeah.
now, even though we talk about diets or some New Year's resolution. People still use falling off the wagon, but mostly,
Anything that you've made a commitment to and you botch. Like, they fell off the wagon.
yeah, like,
You shouldn't have fallen off the wagon.
That had like a
You shouldn't have fallen
Clooney?
off the wagon.
yeah, what movie?
I don't know.
You shouldn't have fallen off the wagon.
Fantastic Mr. Fox. Which wasn't about alcohol, I'm pretty sure, in that movie.
Sure it was. Bogus Benson Bean. One of them, Bean had a distillery of cider.
Oh, that is why he says that. I have just the clip here. Yeah, so that's the origin story, and we use a variety of ways, but it for sure has to do with drinking alcohol and the non-drinkable water wagons that came through town to keep the dust to a minimum.
There's a lot of ills that do come from like we're not drinkers, but there's a lot of crazy town that comes off of liquor, and so like these types of societies, the anti-saloon league. Like I could imagine how tricky it would have been in a time of like because we have all like sciencey type things, like it's goofing with your liver, but they're just like, no, you're a jerk and you hit your wife and you get in fights when you're a loser and it's bad for your character. And so it would have been a weird push. Now there's like a health push as well. Like, don't do this because it's like killing you.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
But it would have been tricky back then because it would have just been character related or more so.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if they would have known that. Maybe they might not have known the science behind it, but I'm sure they knew that it could kill you.
Like overuse, like over time?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It was doing something.
But yeah, I think it was more about the lapse in judgment as soon as you...
Well, you can turn into a real knob. The booze knob.
The booze knob.
Yeah. Just made that up.
Booze knob? That's not a science
booze
term?
Knob. No. Made it. That's a real booze knob.
What a booze knob. That's really funny.
Anyway.
So yeah, there's the origin story of Falling Off the Wagon. Pretty sweet and simple, dirty, nerdy.
Starting it off light.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you're not a booze knob. No one likes one of them.
A booze knob. That's great. I have fallen off the wagon already, but I'm not giving. I haven't let the wagon leave the site. So I know it's early in the new year. Plan was to eat better, but there's leftovers and there's candy and
Why do
candy
today
canes.
what you can do on Wednesday?
So maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow.
We'll just be thinner when we're dead.
That's for sure.
For sure.
There's no arguing with that.
I'm not too worried. It's going to be a good year.
Well, what do you say?
A good year.
You want to play something?
Yeah, let's do a little riddlings, my friend.
Riddling is a game we like to play. It takes a two-part trivia-based question. It requires a two-part but overlapping answer, overlapping by, I don't know, a syllable, maybe a word or words. So let me give you an example. Last week, what was last week's idiom? Let me think about that. Was it back to square one?
Yes, it was.
So, that's right. We left them with a riddle link that has nothing to do with.
It was a New Year's.
It was a New Year one, and we left you with this one: perfect vision in the new year of our Lord. Mm-hmm. No, that is
2022. 22.
Close.
2020. 22.
That's it. How many times do you say 20 to get this right?
I know.
2020, 22.
That messes with you when you have
So,
to do that.
so it's 2020, perfect vision, and 2022.
2020,
So correct answer is 2020, 22.
That's funny.
And that's how you play riddling. I got a couple.
And I have a couple. Let me hit things off here.
Okay.
I completely broke my diet by eating a packaged round s'more.
What? Read it one more time.
I completely broke my diet by eating a packaged round s'more.
A packaged round s'more. Oh! I would have never got it, except I had to replay the first part in my head. Fell off the wagon wheel?
That's it.
Yeah. That is kind of a s'more.
It is a s'more. It's graham cracker, marshmallow, and chocolate.
Yeah, funny.
But plastic.
But plastic. Okay, let me give you one.
If it's possible to get something less nutritious than a s'more, it's a wagon wheel.
Right. Okay, here you go. The continued compulsive use of a strong drink with this black chewy candy. Let me say it again. The continued compulsive use of strong drink with this black chewy candy.
Alcoholic-a-made.
Oh,
Alcohol licorice.
there it is.
Okay.
Black candy, yeah.
Yeah.
Alcohol licorice. Is there licorice alcohol?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I've heard.
I've heard. So I'm not a drinker either, but that sounds delicious.
Well,
Licorice.
hey, just start off the new year. Get a new vice.
Licorice booze
Maybe
knob.
you can replace alcoholic with
What?
eating too many things if you're trying to just drop a couple pounds.
What's that called? Foodaholic?
I don't know.
Human?
I just think it's a bad swap. Okay, this one's hard. This is a tricky one.
Okay, give it to me.
This prohibition against Western bar societies is filled with well-groomed British intelligence graphic novels. This prohibition against Western bar societies is filled with well-groomed British intelligence graphic novels.
It's the Anti-Saloon League of Justice.
Oh,
Anti-Saloon League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
yes.
Is it that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
They made it into that movie. But it began as a graphic novel.
I'm happy I got that.
That's good.
That was League.
I know, it was a tricky one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a few off the beaten path things there, so it's good.
I feel like this one's kind of a toughie too, but we're gonna leave it hanging out there.
They can have time to investigate using the Googles or DuckDuckGo, today's sponsor. DuckDuckGo for all of your surfing privacy needs. I don't know. I got nothing.
That's good.
You can reach out to us on Instagram.
Yep.
By logging in through DuckDuckGo at the.village.idiom or email us thevillageidiompodcast@gmail.com, or whether it's the Facebooks, the YouTubes, or the Twitters, or whatever other social media program you use to corrupt your soul at 3 minutes gone.
I feel like this has gotten preachy with how to get a hold of us. Should we just go down to a phone number? An address? They can snail mail us their
I just think
comments?
social media is cancer.
I know, I can tell. I'm picking that part. I'm picking up.
I'm ramping up my rhetoric.
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay, here it is for all you guys out there. To go back to drinking follows the thrill of victory in the wide world of sports.
Funny.
To go back to drinking follows the thrill of victory in the wide world of sports.
And that is 3 minutes gone. Well, it was fun putting a little quick one together there for the new year.
I thought it was fun.
Get you started off with some interesting things
Right.
to take into the office so you can appear like you've been educating yourself over the break.
Around the water cooler.
Yeah, or whatever you.
Not the-
if you're allowed that these days.
If you're, yeah.
BYO
Just stay on
water.
the water cooler.
There you go. It's good. I'm Skitty,
I am Jurassic Water Cooler Mark.
and these are the Village Idioms.
Well, if I fall off the wagon, won't you put me right back?
Country, of course.
Sounds like wagons.
Wagon. It's like inevitable.
And that's 3 minutes gone.